You make up songs and sing them to the cats?
Yes.
Now, that's pretty wild. Hey guys, welcome to Night Owls. It's great to be here with you all. And if you're not, hey KMax, it's great to see you. And let me make sure the Rumble is going. I put the speaker on now so we can hear if I play like it, so Sasha and I can hear. But we'll have to adjust it, Sasha. Then there we go. Marcus P. I always like to see him there. And it's great to be here. We'll talk a lot about stuff. We already got a power chat from Robert, and thank you, Robert. It's not a $10 one, but that's fine. But one of the things we got, because I just started it on this week. You saw, Sasha, whenever I get a $10 chat, I had a cowbell, and one of our people that I think I know it is, I think it was Mark, sent us a real cowbell here. And so whenever we get like a $10 or greater donation, like this.
Stop. It's so loud and annoying.
And Sasha hates it. So I know there's a lot of people that don't like women that watch my chat. So if you want me to irritate Sasha.
It hurt my ears.
See, you can cause pain. So this is a way to get off. I can hurt the girl, those evil women.
Don't do that shit right in my ear again.
Well, if I get $10, I am.
No, you won't.
Oh yeah?
No.
You'll see.
Yeah.
So, and if
see a black
I guess
eye.
if a girl, domestic violence. So if a girl, and elder abuse. And if a girl gives it you at $10, you can do it in my ears. So, so that's what we got.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a busy day. We got some.
What's that red thing?
What do you mean red thing?
Go to that other page. You have like 20 pages set up here. I saw something red. Where was it? Go power chat.
No, I don't have anything red.
I saw something. There it is.
Oh.
You do. Right there. It's red.
Oh yeah, that was a tip. But that was from 2 days ago.
Okay,
Love the cowbell.
Okay.
So that doesn't count.
I've never seen the red. That's why I wondered.
Well, because Stream Elements is one of the ways you guys can tip. And remember that last week I was all confused because they changed everything about it. And it's nice. Actually, the new format's nice. It just took me a couple of minutes to figure it out. Right when I get in there, everything's changed. So that's it. I have a real life cowbell now, so that's going to be good. And let's read the power chat
was
from
going to
Robert.
be really good. That cowbell.
I'm gonna love it, especially when you're here. Rams and Sasha, did you see the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Some say this is what led to the current "Let the Insane Loose and Walk Amongst People." Jack Nicholson was in it. Some say, who says that? I said that. So yes, I did say that. That I think sometimes our movies or culture can change the culture.
Well, I heard that started actually even before that, though, but it made it worse.
Because and it was true, because there was abuses where people would be involuntarily put in asylums, and there was a fear that some people were just kind of quirky, and we're going to put you in an asylum because you're not like everyone else. You're just quirky. We got to put you in a straitjacket, and maybe that happened. I don't think that happened much, but that was the idea behind the movie. So after the movie, there was a big push to let all the crazies out of the insane asylum. And so now it's very difficult to keep someone in an insane asylum or whatever they call them. I guess Fetterman was in an insane asylum for 6 weeks, one of our senators, but that was by his choice. And so what happened, you had a lot of these crazy people that can't care for themselves, and they ended up on the streets. And this is why about the third of the homelessness is, from what I read from years ago, it's broken up into thirds. 1/3 is people that are drug addicts, alcoholics. Another third, they're mentally ill. Another third, they have economic problems. So 2/3 is not economic problems. It's either mental illness or drug abuse. And it's sad. I think people that are have something wrong with their brain, it's just like if you have something, you break a leg or something, you can't help it.
Right.
And I think it's cruel to have these people just live in the gutter.
It is.
They should be placed in the hospital. And like that Jordan Neely guy that was arrested 44 times, they said he was crazy. I don't know, maybe he was, but he should have either been in a prison cell or an insane asylum.
Right.
He shouldn't have been running around attacking people. So I do think that movie had a impact. The China Syndrome by Jane Fonda really had an impact, helped destroy the nuclear power industry, which is sad because it's one of the most green energy there is.
I never saw that, but I know
it wasn't a
about
good
it.
movie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was a good movie.
I like the book too. I read the book in high school.
I did too. The book is good, and Jack Nicholson is one of my favorite actors. I thought he was
like
great.
Christopher Lloyd was in that too. There was quite
Was
a
it?
few
Yeah.
people in that movie that were real young at the time.
It-
Wasn't Brad Dourif even in that movie? You
I'm
probably
not
wouldn't
sure.
know. I think
I
he
don't know
was.
actors, but
He
I know
did the voice of Chucky in the Child's
I know
Play movie.
Jack Nicholson. He was a star, and he did a great job. And yeah, I think it really did change it. So that's an example of Hollywood, how they can change the culture, or they set a narrative, and that happens. And you see it now with the whole black on white crime or white and black. Hollywood tries to set the narrative as mostly whites against black when it's the opposite.
Oh, Dave sent you the cowbell.
Oh, Dave did? Thank you,
Yeah.
Dave. Thank you. King from Tulsa. So
Must have been the distribution center.
yeah, we didn't have names, so we didn't see the name. So this is a way. And then we got super chat. This is let me just see what this is here. Did we get a super chat already? We did. That counts. This is the $10, Mr. Friendly Bee. This is a pretty sadistic way to make money. I know. I was telling Sasha, because a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people, they have like the W question, the women problem,
Yeah.
right? So I said, well, Sasha, this is perfect. This is a way that I can abuse you online and it's still legal.
Right.
So thank you. But if you're a girl, and if you want it to be abusing me, you can request that as abuse to me. But thank you, Friendly Bee. That is a sadistic way, and I do enjoy it. So thank you for that. And, okay, what else is I want to start out before we'll talk a little bit what I want. One of the things we want to do with every Night Owls now is just to kind of have a theme for each one. And the theme for this one, we're going to talk about I released a video that we did when we went to Sasha's father's house, and when we had Sasha's in the process of cleaning it out, and I suggested, or you suggested, I forget who did. That'd be good it just to document what it's like.
Well, I think you brought it up, and then I thought about it before, but part of it just makes it more enjoyable than just having to go in there and clean it. If you do actual video of it, it's kind of like, oh, it's just kind of a project now. It's not just like, oh, something I dread doing every week. We can kind of make some fun with it and see the progression of cleaning it up and everything.
It is. So what we decided to do is just to give you a kind of, I mean, it was a one non-edited. I didn't edit anything really. Well, there was one part the camera accidentally turned off, so I had to turn it on. So there's two parts of it, but it's not like any editing. I just really walk through, and that's just how it was. And so I loaded up on YouTube, and we hope to keep doing progressions with it.
Well, we did a video yesterday just because I took a bag of posters and just went through and showed the posters. So I might do like some short stuff on my channel, just of things like that.
You mean of the
just the stuff we find in the house, like going through it later, doing short videos.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Yes.
Like today I started to paint one of the tables, and I took a before picture, and then when I'm done, I'll take an after. Just do stuff like that. Like I started painting some of the lawn ornaments too. And so there'll be like little before and after short videos of that kind of thing.
Oh, I got a report. Twitter is required by German law. I always get this. To provide notice of users who are reported by people from Germany. I wonder who could have reported me from Germany via the Network Enforcement Act. And we received a complaint for the following content from your account, Ramsey Paul. And I said the Great Replacement is a conspiracy theory. We've investigated the report and have found it's not subject to removal under Twitter. So, yeah, fuck you. The people that are controlling Germany, fuck you off. And so it's not the Germans that are controlling Germany anymore. So that's, I always get those reports up because, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. So yeah, that was it. Okay. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to find out, try to get the link to that video here easy. So
what video?
Of where we're going to go over that a little bit of the house. So
I hate watching myself on video.
Well, that's okay. Just get some discussion. I should have had that. That was funny that I had this one poor guy. He was talking about he went to the a Negro League museum, but he said it the wrong way. And he was a shit lib too, and he got fired.
Oh, he was a shit lib.
Yeah, so I don't really give a shit, but it's I can't show that on YouTube because he actually said the N word. He didn't mean to. It was just that, you know, it's just I don't know. You know, it's funny because there's such a priestly class, you can't even say anything that would get you even. All right, so
I hate my voice. Why do we have to watch this?
Well, because we said we would. So let's take a look. I know, but let's take a look. So, and I got it muted on our side because there's we got to get a, we got to get a sound thing delay, whatever. So here we go. I'm going to share this. Here we go. And then let me just, I'm going to mute us on this end. All right. We'll watch a little bit, then we'll comment on it.
I inherited his mess. I mean, it's kind of nice out here, but his hoarding got out of control. And I'm just going to do a progression video maybe to show you kind of this is the start. And then by the end of the summer, I would like to have it all cleaned up. And I have to clean the inside up too. So we'll start with a little walk around. This is.
All right, just a little bit about that. This is her dad's property. We won't say where it's in Arkansas, but he's the house is really a nice house. It was from like you said it was built like 100 years ago or something. It's an old house. It's an old house, but it's for the time was really nice. It has an upstairs. And as you saw there, one of the things is, and this is common in rural Arkansas. I don't know where you guys live. People just have all sorts of shit on their lawn.
Well, he didn't used to do that. Like it got worse. Because they have like auctions. He likes to go to auctions and stuff, and he buys a lot of shit. And that's what happened. Like I saw somebody say, how was I shocked if I ever went to see him? And it's like, well, I never went upstairs. And whenever we would go visit, we always usually sat outside or in the kitchen. We almost never went in. I mean, I knew the living room was bad, but I hadn't been upstairs in like a long time. And me and Brandon and Mosca cleaned up my bedroom like probably 5 years ago. We spent like a Saturday, and then like he filled it full of stuff. So
and that's the thing. I know one person attacked you. Most people were nice, but like, how could you let him be that way? Well, if you guys ever been around, I've been some other people that have hoarded. You can't. You know, her dad was independent.
Right.
He's not going to let Sasha tell him what to do.
No.
And these
I wouldn't do that anyway.
No,
it's not my business.
It's not. And you know, he just wouldn't. I mean, I mean, what he would have said no. I mean, there's no way. And a lot of, if you guys ever watched the version of the Hoarders, they used to have that on a TV show, and it's a typical thing. It's the same story over time. It kind of gets boring. They go in, and because someone's getting kicked out because they're hoarding or whatever, and then they offer to clean up the place, and the hoarder then is there and says, okay. But then as they go through everything, they're like, no, we can't give this. It's like a broken toaster or something.
Right.
And that's like how your dad's house, he'd have like a broken coffee thing. And I'm like, that just should be thrown away.
Well, he would want to fix everything.
Well, that's not what they always do. They always have like these imagined treasures. Like one day I'm going to fix it up and sell it for something. I'm like, no, you're not. It's a broken coffee maker. It has no value. You're not going to fix it. Throw it away.
I'm kind of like that to some degree, but I do get rid of stuff. I sell stuff, and now I'm even more motivated than ever to sell stuff because I'm just like, I could honestly probably quit my job and just be like a junk trader. Right. Like at this point, I was kind of joking to my boss up at work, and it's not even really a joke, but I could just probably sell shit on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and get rid of a lot of stuff. But
here's this, and this isn't a $10 one, so we don't get the cowbell, but thank you anyway. Corporal Poon, is the house salvageable or will it be bulldozed?
Yeah, it's salvageable. It's got a fairly new roof. He had it roofed in like 2017.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bones of the house are fine.
Yeah,
its structure's okay, and he did put a new roof on it, but it needs a lot of basically to make it a decent house now, in my opinion. Everything needs to be pulled out, everything needs to be clean. It needs to be, if you're going to have a modern house, central air and heat needs to be installed. You need the hot water heater installed. The bathroom needs to be totally refurbished, re-put like the floor down if you're going to put hardwood or carpet or whatever. So it's going to require a lot, but the house itself is okay. So no, it's not going to be bulldozed at all for that.
I haven't decided like what I'm going to do with it yet.
Oh, we got another one for Jonathan Doughhead for Canadian $13.99.
Stop it.
I'm not. As long as we get money,
That's
you
Canadian
get it.
Money, though. Is it worth it?
It's worth it. Hey, no, don't make fun of our Leafs. Canadian money is worth something.
Is it?
Well, he gave us $13.99, so it's probably worth $10. I don't know. Our fellow white people who currently rule the country are about to flood rural America with the blessings of diversity when Title 42 ends. I suspect some of tough times are coming. Stay safe. It is extremely.
What is Title 42?
It's allowed. Let me look this up here. I'm going to stop sharing so we can just talk about this a little bit because I want to get this right. What Title 42 is.
I'm scared. This stuff scares me.
Yeah. It lifts the COVID restrictions, so all these people can come in and declare themselves as refugees.
But they're not refugees, though.
No, they're not. And if you guys haven't seen this, it is shocking. Let me show you this. I know. I don't, but he gave a good amount of money. So
this stuff just freaks me out.
It is
a lot of people.
It is. It's just like
I don't know if this is true, and maybe it's not, but I saw something that said they're actually sending troops to the border.
But they won't do anything though. They won't shoot them or send them back. You know what I mean?
They should.
So let me just
send them back at least.
Yeah, well, they should. And here we go. Let me just all right, so here's Stream Elements. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just got a little confused in a second. A little confused because sometimes I get confused. Here it is. These are all the people just lined up waving the Mexican flag. It's like, fuck America. Look at this. Just pouring in. And they're not going to add to the economy. You're going to have to pay for them. You hear like one of them just shot up a bunch of people at a mall.
Yeah.
But he was called a white supremacist. Yeah. But his name was Garcia, whatever, Hernandez.
Well, if this doesn't wake people up, I don't know what the fuck's
it is. It is very, very sad about that. And I think we got Michelle Rumble, cowbell for my fellow hoarders. Thank you. It's worth it. Just get the assassin reaction. I wonder how many, I think hoarding is more popular than I realized. Now, this is one area that Sasha and I are very different. I'm a minimalist by the design, and Sasha, she has a lot of stuff, but you're not like your dad. But I've known other people, I won't say who because I don't want to get in trouble, that hoard.
Yeah, a lot of my friends hoard.
No, I'm just even talking on my side. I know some do too. So,
well, my friend Brandon's mom hoards. Like, he wouldn't care if I told. I made a video on my own about like hoarding once.
Yeah.
And I mentioned her, and it was funny. His sister like watched it, and she said, it's funny when people talk about my mom and I know who they're talking about. She was in the hospital one time, and they had a bedroom full of stuff, and I was going to get some kind of fabric he said she'd have. And he's like, we can go in there and look. There was so much stuff. My dad's, you could walk on the floor. Like this was, you had to walk on top of stuff. There's fabric and yarn. And I mean, it was just a stack of stuff. Like you just had to walk on top of all this stuff. But they had a house fire, and that got rid of most of their stuff. But then I was there like not too long ago, and they're already kind of hoarding their new house back up. But it's not as bad as it was. But he said she's like, won't let you get rid of anything.
Right. Yeah.
That's how my dad used to be. Like he would, if I try to take my own stuff out of there, be like, where are you going with my stuff? And I'm like, we don't want this. Like, let me take it. And then the last time I cleaned my room in 2017, he was telling me to get my stuff out of there because I'd always told that story about the Caspers that I found and how they were black and I repainted them white. That was the one time because he needed to make room for more of his junk. So it's like, get your junk out. We got a $3 from ETNM. Thank you. Your new video with Sasha's Dad House should serve as a reminder
to not be a hoarder. Several family members of mine are guilty of hoarding, and it's a burden to collect too many possessions, and the survivors become burdened by it. Well, yeah, there was a, I don't know if there was a funny cartoon. Where was that? Did I already lose my spot here?
Well, the thing, like, if you have stuff, like I collect toys and stuff, but like if I died, you could have somebody come in and like auction the stuff off or whatever, or sell it. Like my dad's stuff, there's so much that's trash, and a lot of it's just coated in dust. Like you'd have to clean it before you could really sell it, or at least get the money out of it.
Did you see this cartoon? I thought it was kind of funny. It kind of they posted this under the video. One day, son, all of this will be yours.
Well, it's true. Somebody in the chat says it's not all junk. No, it's not. It's just
no,
dirty.
it isn't. Yeah.
Like I have to clean it. Like a lot of it. There's a Garfield clock, and I took a picture of it, and it was coated in dust. I cleaned it all up. I started to clean the battery terminal today. I've got to finish that. But a lot of that stuff it can be like, make it look nice. But a lot of it's garbage. Like I need to go through and just throw out all the garbage first and rent a big dumpster. But you only get the dumpster for a week, or they charge you by the day. So I'm gonna have to just go and just start loading up junk, or trash, and make a big pile or whatever.
Yeah. K-Max said the link to the roundtable was broken or dead today. I'm sorry if that was the case. I'll look at that. May have messed up. But how did some people find it then if it was broken?
I don't know.
I think initially I had a broken one, then I redid it.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, if you're not part of my Gumroad, join that. It's a lot of fun. We have roundtables. Friday night was a really good roundtable. Today was shorter, but I probably screwed up.
Yeah, maybe so. Who knows?
Usually Sundays are pretty good, but it was still good. We still had a lot of fun. So thank you for that. I mean, thanks for that comment, K-Max. I will take a look at it afterwards.
It is fun going through the stuff at the house, though. Like I kind of enjoyed seeing some of the old stuff.
I do. Well, I think hoarding is it is a type of, I read up on it. It's a type of mental illness. It's related to obsessive compulsive behavior. And I think it's a lot of times people, I'm not sure. I think it's a lot that they don't want to release things, or is it because they're worried about, some people I knew that were older, they went through the depression. So they knew when they were poor, never throw anything away. I don't know, but it's what do you think really drives it, especially for people that keep junk when they know it's junk?
I think people get attached to it and they get sentimental. I do.
Well, how do you get a sentimental about a broken coffee maker?
I don't know. Well, like within like that case, a lot of times people want to fix it because they think, it could be salvaged, and why waste something by throwing it away? Kind of like I do. I fix stuff. Like a lot of people would have saw that clock and said, this is junk, and tossed it, but I cleaned it up and I'm fixing it and it'll be nice. And I fixed quite a few things up too, and I think a lot of times it can be kind of a project, if you actually do it. That's the problem though. You get too much stuff and you can't do it. You know what I mean? Right.
Well, they went over this in the hoarding episodes, and all hoarders say the same thing. They all think their pile of trash is very valuable. And then you're like, okay, then sell it then, but they don't want to sell it. So it's, and it's not, it's trash,
Well,
for the most part.
A lot of my dad's stuff is like valuable.
No, I know, but he's got a lot of stuff that's trash.
He does. He has both.
Like old TVs are not valuable.
No, they're not.
Broken coffee makers are not valuable.
No, they're not.
And so there's a lot of trash in there.
But I think he just got too old and sick. Yeah. And wanted to clean it up too. Because he wasn't like that when I was young.
Well, they also said it gets worse as you get older.
It does. Because you get old, like sick, and you can't do as much, maybe.
Yeah. And Johnny this is a from the power chat. Thank you on that. I appreciate that. And did Sasha's dad have any of the following items? Google list as the most valuable: old magazines.
Yeah, I have some old magazines too.
Oh, okay. Vintage furniture.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. And he does have some nice stuff. For example, Sasha's, we'll probably move it in here, but her kitchen table is really nice.
Yeah, he gave us that before.
Dining room table. And so, for example, he had another table he's going to give us that's totally trashed because it was in another house in Sasha. Technically, how many houses you have now?
3, but
3.
2 of them are basically.
2 need to be demolished. Yeah. They're shacks. and I mean, it's like open to the weather.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not. It's just one house. Two need to be demolished, and so old cameras.
Yes, and I saw a camcorder in a case yesterday, like from like 1990, which is funny. It might even still work.
Rare coins and money.
Yeah, probably.
Rare coins, because I used to collect coins, numismatic, I think they call it, and people misunderstand that, like they think they'll just find in their change a rare coin.
Yeah.
But if you're actually buying real rare coins, which I got into in the 80s, and I still have them, but I don't do anything with them. They have to be sealed, like silver dollars.
People are telling me not to listen to you. About it being junk or whatever. Like, no, I know what I can sell for real. I've been selling stuff on eBay for years.
Does he have books? How many
most
books?
Most of the books are mine.
Okay. Yeah, your dad wasn't a big reader, but you're a pretty big reader.
Stamps. It was
that was funny. Did you see? It's totally off topic, but they were showing Baked Alaska after he got out of his prison, and people sent him books. He goes, "I never read a book before I got into prison." Yeah. I'm like, how could you be like 35 years old in his place and never read a book?
Well, I had a friend, Harry, that only read The Wizard of Oz. That was the only book he read, and he was like in his 40s.
My life. I mean, my God, if you just saw our bookshelves here.
I read at least a week.
How many books do we have in this house?
I probably have 1,000 books.
I mean, it's crazy. We have so many books. So, and Sasha's
plus
a huge
Kindle too.
Sasha's a huge reader. I love to read, so I've always had to read. But that's it, because I remember my uncle, my mom's side, they were kind of more of the white trash side. I was once at his house reading a book because I didn't like, and he just thought it was like, well, what is it? Why is a boy reading a book?
You're supposed to be out there working with your hands.
I know. And I'm like, yeah, well, Old China.
Yeah. How did he write meme magic? Somebody said that's a good point. If he's never read a book, he wrote meme magic. Did he even write that though, or was that like ghost written or something?
Must have been ghost. Maybe he never read his own book. He said that he never read a book before prison. So yeah. I don't see Baked Alaska as a guy that would read a lot of books.
No.
Maybe smoke a lot of pot, but not read a lot of books.
Does he seem that bright to you? He keeps doing.
He seems like a nice guy, but he doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the cabinet. Let's put that. But that's okay. Not everyone can be. But Old China.
Probably.
When I first saw that, I thought they meant the country. Glassware.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's some valuable stuff. So don't worry, Sasha won't listen to me. She'll go through that also. Here we got another cowbell. This is Row House, $10 rant, and rants are the Rumble point of view of a thing to do. So this is really good. So here we go. So Sasha, you're off camera. $10 rant. I love this. This torment Sasha every Sunday night. Rams, on Twitter, you mentioned a guy about Israel. Would our government allow this kind of immigration into Israel? Would the ADL or Jonathan Greenblatt allow this into Israel? No, of course not. I mean the comment that I saw these people pouring in the United States. I said, if this was happening, let's say to Israel, if like hundreds of thousands of people or millions were lined up to pour into Israel, both the Democrat politicians and the Republican politicians would be screaming bloody murder, demanding our military defend the border to keep Israel Jewish.
Right. They don't care about our country.
But our country, fuck off. And people are like, hey, why do you say this about Israel? Why are you so obsessed about Israel? Why not about Luxembourg or something? I'm like, because Luxembourg doesn't have a fucking ADL Luxembourg that demands that we take in everyone, but demands that we support their country and protect their borders. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the fucking hypocrisy that the ADL says, yes, we have a right to a Jewish state and it needs to be for our ethnic group. And you guys got to defend it with your tax money. And if you don't support our ethnic group or our ethnic homeland, you need to be canceled. And also, if you guys want one, yeah, fuck off. You guys don't get one. In fact, if you want one, that's Nazism. I'm tired of that. I am done with that. I am done with that. And I think a lot of people are tired of that.
Not even just white people don't want all those people here.
No, I know they don't.
If you just talk to normal, like anybody of any race, they're probably like, no, we don't need these people.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those people came from there to get away from those people. They don't want more of those people.
It's just crazy to protect our borders. I mean, we protect Ukraine's borders, but to protect our own is like, no.
Oh, like Coach Red Pill, like the whole thing with him, like, he got arrested. I don't know if you talked about that at all.
Oh, did we comment about that or something?
No, I just brought it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was sad. He was on my show and he got arrested.
I wonder what'll happen to him. Do you think that they'll deport him back to America?
No, you can imagine though. You remember that black lady, lesbian in Russia that got busted for marijuana?
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, and then Biden, everyone's like, "Oh, we got to bring her back. We got to bring her back." And I think Coach Red Pill's dual citizen, so he's an American citizen too. Do you think Biden will give a shit about him? No. Hell no. They're probably cheering it on.
Well, I saw a lot of people on the left cheering it on.
Yeah, I know. People,
they think if you're for free speech, you should be.
They're not for free speech. They're tyrants.
They
fuck them and fuck Ukraine. They're a dictatorship, you know. It's the Ukrainian people can be nice, but Ukraine is just strictly, they're a dictatorship that cracks down on Christians. They don't allow free speech. They don't allow a free press. They do not allow opposition political parties. Oh, we got to save the democracy. Yeah, no. All right. Midnight Sun. We got a power chat from Midnight Sun. Not enough for a cowbell, but nice one. Remember you, let's see here. Remember you teased about having happy homelands on a major news network. Michelle Malkin used to have a successful show called Sovereign Nation on Newsmax. Do you happen to know why it was canceled? I don't know much about. I mean, we met Michelle Malkin, really sweet lady. I love the work she does. She's kind of, I think, I don't know what she's done. She's kind of went off the grid a little bit.
I haven't seen her like on. Well, I don't know. A lot of people don't show up on my Twitter, but then other people do. So I don't know. I haven't seen her in a long time. I haven't seen her do anything with her YouTube channel.
Yeah, no. So I don't know why it was canceled. I could speculate, but just be guessing. I don't talk to her that much. So
I wonder if it's her being an Ameren herder.
Well, probably, or I would think more of her association with Nick Fuentes. Probably did.
Too.
But I'm just speculating. So, but yeah, she got pretty base there at the end. So even though
she'll come back,
I hope so.
Maybe she's writing a book or something.
Yeah, we love Michelle Malkin. So I hope she comes back. And but I don't have any insight or anything. I no more than you. I'd just be guessing like you. So I don't know. I haven't seen her as
K-Max said she hasn't tweeted in 6 months and she hasn't been in YouTube in a year.
Yeah, I think she really got black-pilled and just decided. I'm just guessing though. I don't know, because it can be. You know, she was like on Fox News all the time.
Well, I don't understand why she wasn't on The Blaze anymore. Remember, she had a show, Michelle Malkin Investigates, and it was really good. And that's how I discovered her, like in 2016, 2017, something like that. And then she was gone. That's when Gavin was gone too. I thought maybe it had something to do with Gavin. I don't know. Because Blaze went in there and a lot of people like left.
I think on the Blaze, you still have to toe the line on some issues. And she started to go off the reservation on every issue.
Right.
And, you know, like.
I don't understand why Crowder left the Blaze, this whole thing with Daily Wire and all that. Like, he was their number one guy on that. You'd think they would have paid him pretty well. I don't understand why he like left.
I'm not sure. I don't, you know, I've never really watched Crowder much, so I don't know much about him. I guess there's rumors he showed his penis to people or whatever.
Well, supposedly he like put it on like some guy's shoulder or something on Not Gay Jared.
Yeah.
Like, and they asked him and he signed a non-disclosure, so he can't talk about it. He just said no comment.
So he's gay.
Crowder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never in my whole life put my penis on another man. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but to me, that's a warning sign that if you're putting your penis on another man, you might be gay. I'm just saying that's kind of a red flag to me. And I don't know.
Is that what Red Bar said?
Yeah, but like, I think
you're clean, like you haven't done that.
I don't know. I've never done that.
He speaks against gay people all the time, and it's like, why are you doing stuff gay people do if you're? I don't know. I saw it on. I
mean, I have a lot of friends like Dave and Chat. There's Brandon and others, and K-Max. I've never pulled my penis out with one of them, so I don't know how that works. I know he's trad and everything, but I don't know how trad straight guys pull their penis out to other men. I've never done that. Maybe it's a young person thing, but it sounds kind of gay to me.
Yeah.
So
well, they said 10 people came out and kind of said that he was doing inappropriate, not just 1 or 2, 10. So that's not good. And I saw it. It was on I think Nightwave is what it's called, and they were like making fun of him, and they were talking about the 10 people. And now I forgot, like I lost my train of thought where I was going to go with the Crowder stuff. It was pretty oh, he was like asking on his show, he's like, was it the skit where we did Terminator? He's like, I had my junk like put in a sock or whatever it was. I don't know. So he did all these skits where he was naked too. He said, was it when we did E.T. in the cornfield? Like, well, whatever skits he did, I guess he took his clothes off.
Didn't he like to dress up like a woman for a lot of his skits? There's always that's always a red flag. I remember this guy at work. Now this was before everything was all out there, but he always liked to dress up like a woman. You know, when there was their Halloween and stuff, and then he eventually came out of the closet. And I thought, well, you know, so I don't know. But I just say Crowder seemed to like to dress up like a woman a lot, and there's reports allegedly like to pull his penis out to other guys. So I don't know. It just it seems odd to me.
Yeah, it does.
But maybe
he always seemed a little off, but I couldn't figure out what it was exactly. And then you find out he's a total like narcissist with all these like control issues and everything.
Yeah, that was definitely the case there. So that was
boy, Con Inc. is like falling apart, and like a lot of the right seems like they're having a lot of issues. Me and Moscow were talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just more of the people that, I mean, Jared Taylor never has. There's a lot of good people. Tucker hasn't. He lives. This is the thing. A lot of so-called conservatives, they don't walk the talk.
No,
they don't live like conservatives. And I'm not picking on the grapers. I'm not against them or anything like that. But I don't really see a conservative lifestyle that they do.
Right.
I mean, they may say Christ is king, but they run around and act in ways that aren't traditional.
Right.
And how many are married with children and all that? I'm not throwing stones, guys. I'm not throwing stones. I'm just saying it's just a strange, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ethan Ralph, which I have nothing against, but he's all these kids out of wedlock, and you know what I mean, and just all sorts of weird behavior with drug abuse and everything else. So
Christ is king.
Yeah, it's I don't really get it. Let's see here. Did you see? We got a tip from Midnight Sun, and thank you. And I did show this in the show.
Yeah, I just listened the night wave. It popped up. It was kind of funny. I think me and Mersh have the same birthday. He was at bowling thing, but we didn't meet him, but we saw him.
Was he the guy that kind of sounds like he's from New York or whatever?
Yeah, I think he is, but he's one Red Bar likes to make fun of, and like a lot of the other people. I like to watch a lot of the drama community stuff. I think it's funny.
This was from Midnight Sun, $2. Right. This is, did you happen to see CNN Zelensky tweet? When Ukraine is free, we plan on using mass migration to fix the country's demographic issue. We will become a new, diverse, and multicultural nation. I saw that. I don't know if it was real though or not, because it sounds so like Barbara Specter.
It does.
Remember, Barbara Specter was that lady of that certain persuasion that went to Sweden and demanded that they become not her country. No. She's very against her homeland for being that way, but Sweden, yeah. So I did see that. I wouldn't be surprised because he's not.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know. So yeah, it's pretty bad. And before we get back to the hoarding, I just want to do this here too a little bit here.
Oh, the thing I sent you.
Yeah, this is I know I'm old because I scored, and we'll do this. You guys keep and just see if anyone else scores. You have to give yourself a point if you've never done one of these things. So if you've never used a rotary phone, give yourself a point. I have. I mean, that's all we had when I was young. That's how it started. Used a floppy disk. I used to I remember the big 5 1/4 floppy disk. Then I had the little 3 1/2. I thought it was cool because I'd keep them in my little pocket at work right here, Sasha. It was really cool.
Oh, somebody said that you're linking Rumble in your YouTube.
Oh,
because
okay.
You don't want to get in trouble.
Well, no, I do that on Night Owls because you can link to Rumble as long as you're not talking about anything that's bad. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you can link to Rumble and on our although I don't know, have we been bad this show? I don't think so. We talked about immigration, but fuck them. Floppy disk, used a typewriter. I've always
have.
hated
Me
typewriters. They used to have
too.
typing classes in school.
I like the
And
one-
if
the
you're
electric
really old,
ones.
have you ever used whiteout?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the typewriters, the like kind of electric ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones where they're kind of up,
Yeah, I remember
different
that.
type.
Taking photos with a film camera.
Yes.
Well, that's what we had. Of course,
Yeah.
we did that. And that was back in the day, you youngsters. It's amazing because some of the people I answer, they say, even young people say, no, I never used a rotary phone in my life. And taking photos used to be a thing that you were pissed if like someone messed up your photo by making a funny face or something.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like your phone, you had unlimited. And so it wasted one then.
Well, and not only that, but you had to hope they turned out.
Right. And I don't know about your family, but my mom would always say, okay, we're going to take another one in case the first one doesn't turn out.
We would do that too. Yeah.
And it's usually like for Easter, have to get our Sunday best on. Okay. And it's hot, standing in the sun. Okay. Stand there. All right. All right. Now one more in case that one didn't turn out. Mike, when has it ever not turned out? But that was it. And why would the second one? But I don't know. Listen to music on CD.
Yes,
I still have CDs. Listen to a cassette tape. Yes. I can outdo you guys on this. Maybe I'll do Sasha. I used to listen on an 8-track. Did you?
We had an 8-track player when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah. It's probably my dad's. We'll probably find it when we go through the upstairs. There's probably an 8-track player.
Listen to vinyl record. Hey, people still do that. Though.
I just
Come
bought
on.
a vinyl yesterday.
Vinyl's still popular. Yeah. Listen to music on a Walkman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Listen to music on a boombox. Yeah.
Boombox.
Watch the video from VHS.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, VHS was a standard.
Thousands of hours.
Sender received
VHS
a fax.
No.
I didn't work. This was standard.
That's the only thing I haven't done on this list.
Record music from radio to cassette tape.
Oh yeah.
You probably did that more than I did. Rented a video from Blockbuster. A big time. Well, used to go Blockbuster all the time. I remember before Blockbuster. Access the internet by dial-up. AOL. You guys remember that?
Yes. Oh, it's so irritating.
I know. You just hear that sound. You got mail.
We had to have that for a while, like when I lived with Brando in like 2006, because they didn't turn our internet on. So we had worked at the university and we got free Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, free dial-up. And we had to use it for like a week till they installed the internet. It was such a pain in the ass. Like you forget how much it sucks to wait like 10 minutes to load a picture or anything. It's just so slow.
You used a phone book.
Oh yeah.
We used to get them
use
free.
a phone book for addresses too.
I was telling Sasha we were in a local McDonald's, a town near me, and I said I should go up to the girl, ask him, "Do you guys know where the nearest phone booth is?"
And I said, "Please don't do that."
And then if they said no, well, can I borrow your phone book? They wouldn't know.
To torture these poor people that work at like food places. Like we watched Sling Blade, like the year we got together, and Paul went in. We went into like where did we go? Zaxby's, I think. And you went in there and you made this weird face and kind of crossed your eyes and you're like, y'all have fried taters in here.
I was just trying to fit in. That
woman looked like she wanted to strangle you.
Well, Sasha
gets and everything, and I'm like, don't do that.
Sasha gets mad because when we go to eat, they asked, okay, what's the name on the order? And every around here, if you guys know me, my nickname is Rebel.
It is not.
It is. I try to get people not to say it because I'm a rebel type of guy.
Yeah, right.
So she doesn't like when I say rebel. Send a postcard. You know, I didn't realize this, and I didn't realize until recently this isn't used that much because when we went to Las Vegas, you had troubles finding postcards.
Well, no, I found postcards, but they're expensive, like $1 for a postcard. And then, like, we went downtown, and I was able to get more for less, and more of a selection.
Use the paper map to get somewhere all the time. I used to go at gas stations; used to have free maps sometimes.
I love maps.
I used to love them. Owned a dictionary. I still own one. Own an encyclopedia. I owned one, including
set, don't you?
Including the one with it is by letter, and I still have all of them. But I have the one with the letter H that has, for some reason, in 1974 they forgot an important event to put under H. So a little embarrassing. Paid with a paper check. One of the people that under here they said this. They just were just like they honestly said they never paid with a paper check in their whole life.
How do you not though at some point? Because I guess like with rent, I send mine in. I send a check in for my rent because I don't want to go up there every month. So
no, it's true. I don't use paper checks often, but every once it used to be all the time. I used to, when like in the 80s, I used to get a whole checkbook and you have tons of checks. Now everything I do online. My only exception is because Arkansas is still kind of backwards when it comes to taxes. I pay quarterly taxes and I can do it electronically on the federal government. But Arkansas, I can't get it to work right, so I just send in a check. And but other than that, I rarely write checks. There may be a couple other places.
I had to write a lot of checks when I was paying my dad's like stuff for him.
All right, so guys, what did you guys score? I hope I'm not the only one that ended up with a 0.
I got a 1.
You had
the
one.
only one I had was fax machine.
I've done all those things, so I don't know if you guys have done that. Paper checks were for rent and bills. I've done 4 or 5 of those things this week.
Yeah, me too.
Is an old encyclopedia worth money? Not really, because I've tried to sell them.
Well, you were talking about
they said no,
getting rid of them, and I said you should let me go through them and cut pictures out to make buttons because I have a button press. You should still let me do that, and then we could take the spine of the book and I can make a purse out of it.
I will never give up my H1 though, because it just shows something.
Keep the H1. You should let me have one. It'd be fun to cut it up.
Yeah,
I found a magazine at my dad's yesterday from 1992. It was a teen magazine and it had all these prom dresses from like the early 90s. And Denise Richards was in it before she was famous. And I was like, who the hell? I was like, that's Denise Richards. So she started out like as a teen model, I guess. So it was just fun to look at that magazine.
I've never owned an encyclopedia, but I've done all the others. I own encyclopedias because of my parents. I was kind of like middle class, say upper middle class family, and they'd always buy encyclopedias for kids. Oh, you did too? At your home? Okay, okay. So that was a common thing for kids to learn.
I think we had the same ones you did, actually. Let me see the ones you had.
The World Book?
Yeah, the World Book. Yeah. That's the ones we had. Ours were different though. We had green. You have brown on the spine.
This was, I still have.
That's what I had, but a different year.
And what you would do then, this one, you just look up like whatever. Let's see here, Saskatchewan. Is this a real place? Is Saskatchewan a real place? I don't know. That sounds like somewhere in Canada. Do you guys still have that province? It's a has short warm winters and short warm summers and cold winters. So yeah, and you see all the temperatures. So it was kind of cool.
Let me see it.
Because back in the day, a lot of people don't understand this. I'm dating myself, but if you want to know some things, you had to go to the library otherwise. And because there wasn't any way to find things instantly, we're really spoiled now when it comes to knowledge.
Big time. You forget what it used to be like.
Now, anytime, like if you ask, oh, how old is Meg Ryan? Because people were asking how old Meg Ryan was, because I was shocked because I always thought she was so damn cute. And now she's just
an old lady.
She's 61. My God. Well, she's still alive at that age, which is good, I guess.
Well, you're like a year behind her. What the hell?
Yeah, but it's different with guys. So.
Oh, is it?
And I'm just like, now look at this, guys. You remember? Well, let me just look at the. And I don't know. I'm not one to like get crushes on movie stars. You know what I mean? But
Ooh, there's scary snake pictures in here.
Is there?
Yes. Look.
Oh yeah.
You should let me cut these up and make buttons and magnets out of the pictures.
Yeah.
I bet I could sell that, a snake button.
All right. So this is what was jarring to me. Oh, you hit my mouse hand. You almost just ruined the show. I would have to go off on you at like Crowder goes off on his. Yeah, don't you? Yeah, you need boundaries and discipline. You're not going shopping. Because that's what I do. I'll be stranded. That was Meg Ryan in her heyday. I thought she was cute. I don't know if Sasha does, but I think she was
cute. She'd already started getting surgery there, though. You should have picked an older picture.
Well, here she is now.
Her lips are fake there.
They were saying she had a lot of surgery now. I mean,
she's had a lot more, but she started to kind of.
Yeah, but she's better than Madonna at least.
I don't know. They both look pretty bad with the surgery.
Yeah. I just find it depressing, like these ladies I used to have crushes on looking so old now.
What happens with guys too? Like when I saw Cheap Trick, Tom Peterson's like 72, and I'm like, how is he 72? He used to be
or so that one cute. Guy that was in not Fatso, but what was that? The Whale? That bothered you a lot too?
Jonathan or Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Yeah, that bothered you, yeah. So
well, even Lauren Witzke tweeted something about that.
Yeah.
Like I think she kind of agreed with me on that.
So Yeah, I'd like Meg Ryan. I know she's probably shit-lived, they all are. I'm just saying looks, so. I always thought Winona Ryder was cute too. I know, but I still found her cute when she was young. You ever notice they can be kind of cute when they're young, but then they start to look like witches? And by they, I mean Hollywood people. But you ever notice that? And that's how she's doing too. Funny Twitter meme. Trans shooter 7 weeks ago, no motive released. Yeah, that's right. Today, Hispanic shoots up a bunch of white people. Mainstream media responds white supremacy. Yeah, that's the great thing about Twitter is and the social media. They're making fun of all these mainstream. They're trying to put everything as white supremacy when it was a Hispanic guy. He's like in a gang. Yeah, they do that a lot. Actually, white crime is lower than officially reported because a lot of times they count Hispanics as white.
I think Jared talked about that.
So really violent. If you just took the white population, violent crime is almost non-existent. It's very low, extremely low. Those are just them facts. You may not like it, but that's the facts. It happens, but it's rare. So that's just the truth. All right. So thank you for that. Let's see here.
I'm trying to decide what letter do I want to cut up. Are you going to give me like of those world books?
Yeah.
Maybe C, because there might be some cat pictures.
Yeah. There could be. I don't know if I want to cut up though or not, but I almost got rid of them.
You're going to get rid of them. You should just let me like use them. I can make a purse out of it even.
It's so funny. Someone on this Twitter was triggered because they found the Confederate battle flag at a flea market
in Iceland, right?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, and it's like, geez, you see that all the time here. And I was this is a parking lot of Harps, if you guys know where that is.
Oh, you took that?
Yeah, I took that a few weeks ago. So that's kind of funny. So it's common down here.
His dog has a flag on it.
I want one of those. I want one of those.
He got it somewhere else. He said, where did he get it? In Mississippi. He said they were clearancing all the Confederate flags off.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I would
like
some.
He said it was all real cheap.
Oh, I would have bought one there too. So
did you get the Joseph one, or did you already do that one?
The Joseph one.
Right there.
Oh no, I didn't. Here we go, Joseph. Yeah, thank you. So thank you for that. That was funny how the media is trying to make the Hispanic a white supremacist. Whatever happened the day when white supremacists were white, like David Duke, right? Or William Pierce, even Harold Covington, they were white. Now all the white supremacists are like Candace Owens. Yeah. She's a black woman. Kanye West is a black guy. This Hispanic shooter. Nick Fuentes. It's just like, what is this? It's like there's no one that's white anymore is white supremacist. It's just it's a shame. It's a shame. They've taken away our jobs. Larry Elder, yeah. Oh yeah, weave Jewish. So it's like, can we just have a white supremacist? Is that too much to ask? But I guess so.
Andy, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. Who else was called a white supremacist? Some black guy was called that too. So it's funny. Ramsey, Hollywood narrative versus actual reality. Hollywood portrays weak white men as strong alpha black men. Reality, all strongman competitions, weightlifting, and wrestling won by white men. Yeah. And the strongman, they're all white guys, usually like from Iceland. Speaking of Iceland or something. So yeah, that is the case.
Tired. You know, wake up.
All right.
I got tired, burned out because we were planting flowers earlier.
Yeah, Sasha wanted to plant some flowers, so we got some flowers, and that was pretty good. So
we'll see how that goes because I haven't planted a flower since I was like a little kid. Because I lived in shitty apartments for so long and couldn't do flowers.
I just thought, I may need to delete this broadcast on YouTube because I showed the Confederate battle flag. I might do that. Just keep it on Rumble then.
All right. I don't know. Adam shows Confederate flags on his thumbnails on
YouTube.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. He's gotten strikes, but not for that, I don't think.
All right. Who knows anymore about they allow. So maybe I'll keep it up. I don't know.
I don't know. If you feel like you need to.
Nah, I'm probably just being too paranoid. So who knows? So. Let's see here. So we were talking about, did you want to talk anymore? Do you want to watch that video or no?
No.
Okay.
I never did want to watch it.
Well, you like making it. So,
well, it's fun kind of to make it, but going back and watching and hearing your voice and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys get the idea. So there's a lot to clean up and there's a lot of hoarding that happens. So
yeah, and we're gonna make a series of videos about it.
Yep. Yep. So that should be out. And I want to get back to making regular short videos, people, on my Gumroad. If you're not part of Gumroad, sign up. We're suggesting I do that. I think I will. I just have to figure out if this is going to be Rumble only, or because YouTube is so restrictive, it's hard for me to keep videos up, you know. And I don't know. I'm kind of real black-pilled about YouTube and very gun shy of what I can do.
Right. Well, because they keep making the list bigger and
well, and you can't. You used to base it because it's somewhat consistent, and you could say, "Oh, these people are doing this; and they're okay. I can do it." But like we're watching a video of someone on YouTube. I think where was it? They're saying the F word for homosexual. They were fine.
I've heard other people say that.
That's what I mean. But I'm scared I'd get a strike. Right. So I don't know. I don't know about that. So
my birthday's next week.
It is.
Today's my grandfather's birthday. He would be 118 if he was still alive.
Wow. He'd probably be in a nursing home then.
He probably wouldn't be alive.
Well, he isn't alive, so
I know,
so it doesn't make sense saying if he was alive, he probably wouldn't be alive. Does that make any sense? So, so
I don't know. I'm sure somebody's lived to be over 100. And how old is the oldest?
Well, in the Bible, they lived to be 900 or something. Those people.
What's the oldest living person that's been around now? What is it?
See, years ago we wouldn't know that, but now we could do oldest living
person.
They have a dog up there because I've been looking at person. All right, oldest living person is currently they know is Maria Brañas Morera, and
is 115.
She's 115. She sounds
she would have actually, my grandfather was born in 1905, so she is 2 years younger than my grandfather.
Well, your grandfather would have the record if he didn't die.
Yeah.
Maria. So Maria, I wonder if she's a white supremacist. A lot of Hispanics now are white supremacists.
When my grandmother was still alive, I guess my mom would say stupid shit, and she's like, "I wish Daddy was still alive." And my grandma said he'd be 120 years old if he was still alive. Kind of like you were saying to me, but it was funny.
Yeah, that is something. All right. I want to make sure I didn't miss any rants because sometimes I miss rants. So you don't look a day over 111.
Well, my friend Mark's mother's in like assisted living now, and they have a bunch, and she's 97. She's almost 98. She'll be 98 this summer. But he said that like they eat lunch together, and it's all like ladies in their 90s.
Do you think like when Madonna gets in her 90s, she's still going to be showing her tits to everyone?
Oh, gross. I hope not.
I bet she will.
Remember Mosca came over and he was like trying to show everybody a picture of her tits, like when we were playing games. Remember that? Like, because she brought up something about like she was exposing herself, and he said, well, she had really nice boobs back in the day, and he was trying to show everybody, oh, she looks awful. What were you thinking, Madonna?
Yeah.
God,
so she's
isn't it better just to kind of age, like just get a face?
All right, guys. Trigger warning. I hope I don't get a graphic strike from YouTube showing graphic. Okay, trigger warning. Here we come. There she is, Miss Sex Symbol. You know you want her. You know you want her. You just don't understand how hot she is.
It's just the lips just look so bad.
It doesn't even look like her.
Well, kind of does, but yeah, I don't know. It's too bad.
But what's amazing at her age, she's not even going gray yet. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's her real hair.
What? You think she dyes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I don't think she's handling getting well.
No, well, she's made her whole thing in life is still just being a sex symbol. And so I think it's hard for her to be, even though she's like a billionaire, it's hard for her to be anything else. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is. I think Meg Ryan actually looks better. even though she looks old. Well, she's she's old, but yeah. So yeah. So.
Well, Madonna's older than her.
Is she?
Yeah, Madonna was born in 58.
Wow, she's still alive.
Yeah, you're not far behind, but
I know, and I'm always amazed. I can't wait till I turn 60 because then I've like fulfilled the goal of living that long, and then everything's a bonus. That's the way I look at it.
What if you make it 60?
Yeah, then everything's bonus. And what do you care? So that's kind of the way I am. So that's just like, yay! I didn't think I'd make it that long. Oh, we got another one. Oh, whoa! $50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
We just watched your video today.
Yes, we did.
On Twitter, and I told Paul, I said your channel's cool, and we watched the Alfred Hitchcock, like the clay, like you making the Sculpey out of Alfred Hitchcock. So that's funny that you're in here, and that's a big chat.
Yeah, $50. Yeah. I'm tired of the anti-white term Karen. What's wrong with the term harpy? What do y'all say? I've used harpy.
We've used Karen too, but they turned it into an anti-white.
I didn't always see that being anti-white.
And I've heard people say it, but I don't think it started out that way.
No, I looked at Karen. When I talk about a Karen, frequently it is a white woman, but it's a white woman that doesn't go up to black people. During the thing that happened, we can't talk about on YouTube, the person that run up in your face telling you to pull your mask up was invariably, that's a Karen type personality. Yeah. They just love that shit.
And it could be Asian women too. Some of them are they can be Karenish too.
Oh yeah. So, but it was a shit. It wasn't all white women.
No, just
it was a busy, bossy, the type that shit lib women that loved a virtue signal. They thought they were being heroes, and and it was like fuck off. But that's where I took it. I never took it as anti-white. I guess they did try to make it that way, just if any white person, because then they had that where that one woman, some black guy was like harassing her and she called the police. You remember that? And they called her Karen. She got like attacked by the media mob, because you never call the police on blacks. That's no, you can never do that. And that's not a Karen, because she was being hassled. But so they tried to change the definition.
They did.
Karen to me meant just a busybody bitch that gets in it's like, mind your fucking business. I had some come up to me in stores and tell me things during that time. And I just said, mind your own business. Or I'd just say, no, thank you, and based on that thing that I can't talk about on YouTube.
He said that's for our next trip to Brahms. We haven't gone to Brahms as much lately because the service wasn't that good. I don't know. Even Brando said that they messed his burger up.
It's becoming... the staff is becoming, they don't speak English as well. As we've been going to Dairy Queen, and there's like these fresh face people of our ethnicity. Is really nice. It's like going back on a time machine, and they either are ethnicity and they speak English. And Brahms used to be that. Now it's like they don't know, they can't speak English hardly. And you're always arguing with them and everything else. So yeah.
Oh, you got another row house for $2.
Rouse, thank you. Has Sasha ever had the scary experience on public transit? I hope not as bad as New York City. We need more heroes like that, Marine. I think you've had bad experiences on that.
So. Never in New York City, though. When I was there, it was fine. But that's back when New York was clean, like in the late 90s or cleaner. The time I had a bad experience was on the Greyhound. And I sat by this guy, or he sat by me. And it was in Florida. And he was nice at first. And we were just talking. And we were talking about Jerry Springer. And we watched Jerry Springer.
All right, now back up. What ethnicity would you say he is?
Magical.
Was he magical? He was. Yes.
And he seemed okay.
Well, of course. Yeah, he's doing his...
bus.
Yeah, he's doing his... Yeah,
you got to remember, this is the bus in the 90s. Nobody had a cell phone. You're there. Most of the time I would sleep or read books. Like I read Firestarter on the bus. Like that's how much time you have to kill on the Greyhound if you're going anywhere. Yeah. It's not like flying where you get there pretty quick. And so we were just talking because there weren't a lot of people on the bus. And then we were talking about Jerry Springer because Jerry was popular and everybody watched it. And I was like, oh, did you see Jerry last night? And then before you knew it, he started to ask me to rub his dick. Like it turned into like,
there you go.
Yep. And
it
then
became a literal my dick meme, right?
It did.
Yes.
And then I had to get up and move. And that same thing happened to my friend on the Greyhound. Not the exact same way, but it was similar.
Yeah. I think every white woman has an experience with diversity that way.
But yeah, that's the only time I can really think of on public transport was that time on the Greyhound.
Yeah. So, I've never tried that. I've never tried that, to sitting in like an airplane or something and like, would you like to rub my penis, lady?
Yeah, well, I don't even remember how it got on there. Like I said, we're talking about Jerry and whatever the episode was, and then it turned into, hey, do you want to rub my dick? And he just asked, like it was no, like it, it's like, wow, like yeah, I'm really gonna do that on the bus, like right here in front of people. That's with some guy I don't even know. Yeah, because you asked me on a bus. Yeah, and we're like sitting kind of near the toilet too, and it smells, and it's just like, yeah, this is nasty.
Yeah. That's part of the enrichment that you don't get in other countries.
I never want to have to ride the Greyhound again. Like I hate flying though, because the way they like I was talking about earlier, how they almost strip search you and everything these days anymore on the plane, where they have to feel you up and you have everything in your pockets, but at the same time you get there faster and you don't get hassled like that on the airplane.
Right.
So
yeah, that is
and I was like, how old was I when that happened? 18.
Right.
It's kind of scary when you're 18 and you have someone do that to you on a bus, because it's not like I had world experience. I was 18.
A lot of ethnic groups, and that's not them, it's also in Paris, they're very aggressive towards women.
Hispanic men tend to be too.
Yeah, it's and it's funny because if you watch, when I went to corporate training, the thing that got me laughing the most, they were doing about sexual harassment, and of course it was a white guy harassing a white coworker female. The Muslim stepped in. No, that's not how we treat women. Yeah. Okay, I think I've seen it all now.
You know, K-Max said white guys don't do that, not as much, but that's happened to me with a white guy too, not on a bus, but I worked as a janitor at the university, and this guy, I won't say his name, but he was like this ex-military guy, and he had the crew cut and everything. And I mean, he was somebody that none of us like hated, but he wasn't like, I don't know, he was okay to work with, I guess. And that's back when I used to work day shift, and he asked me, because it was raining outside, and I said, oh, I like the rain, because we'd have to go set up rooms, like put chairs down and arrange them and everything. And we're in there setting room up, and it was raining. And I said, oh, I like the rain. And he's like, do you want to go make out in the janitor closet? And it was so gross and creepy. And this guy was married. And actually, I had a friend that knew his stepdaughter, and she said he used to creep on her, like, and try to peek on her in the shower and shit. So that was gross. And the guy at the time, he was 50, and I was like 22. So that was kind of horrifying. And then I had a friend that worked there, and she used to give people hugs and stuff. And she said she'd never hug him again because he creeped her out. Because he hit on like all the women that worked up there, it seemed like, but he kind of went a little far with me, I think.
Yeah, there's some white guys that do that. You see, both the attacks in Texas were carried out by Hispanic men with tattoos of affiliation. I saw this on his hand, called Tango Blast. It's a Mexican gang.
Wow.
So I don't know how they got a white supremacist off of,
I don't know.
So yeah. It's the media is just so biased now. It's just crazy. So that is good. So all right. Let's just make sure. I just want to make sure we got everything before we wrap up. It's been a good show.
It has.
It's been a lot of fun. And thank you for the generous donation of $50. That was great.
Yeah, that's really nice. And you guys go check his channel out. He makes good videos.
Yeah.
Wing IT Productions.
Yeah, check it out. Check out his YouTube channel, and thank you.
I don't know why he doesn't have more subs.
Yeah, he should.
Like really,
he's got good material. Yeah. The days in YouTube, I wouldn't have been able to, neither with sticks now. You know what I mean? That was a golden era you had to be part of to really be able to do that now. So that should be interesting.
But yeah, so I guess that's about what's going on.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any new movies or anything.
No, there's nothing to report on that.
Grease is going to be out next Sunday for the anniversary in select theaters. I plan to go see Grease. And we're going to go horseback riding for my birthday, so that should be fun.
Right.
because it's been about 2 years since we went.
Yeah, we're gonna see Dave and his wife.
And the 4 of us are gonna ride horses.
we know her name, but we just don't want to dox,
Right.
So
and Dave gave you that obnoxious cowbell.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Dave. Dave's a great friend, so yeah, that's great. So I'm going to use this on my show all week, so I can just ring that. So that's really good. So, yeah, I guess we'll wrap up as well, 10 because the show tomorrow we'll be back on the Ramsey Paul show 11, and then we'll be back just normal stuff. So it should be pretty good. And I'm going to get back on doing maybe short videos too. Start doing that again. So we'll see. And I think my YouTube video was okay. We didn't go anything too controversial, I don't think, tonight, did we?
Oh, SJ Shady's in there. I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, it's good to see him.
Sometimes I wonder what happens to people. We'll see people that I always see, and then they go away.
Oh, yeah, here is Wing T Productions. Check
Wing
out his stuff. Yeah. It's really good. He's got a really good video.
We met him last year.
He's really cool.
A nice guy.
Yeah, we went to that bowling event with Ethan Ralph.
Well, he's getting ready to have another one.
Yeah, we're not going to this one, but we're
You got so much crap for going to that. And the whole reason we went was because Mosca and this other friend wanted to go, and then neither one of them ended up.
I know. After that, my old house got swatted.
Yeah.
I don't even live there.
No.
And I found out because the police called me about it. I'm like, I didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, because our friends are A-logs, and they thought it would be fun to go and have a good laugh. And it was fun.
It was fun. We enjoyed it. Yeah,
but you got the fun of all of it.
I hope Ethan Ralph, he's supposed to be like cleaning up now. His wife left him, and he's an alcoholic. He admits it. So he stopped drinking for a week now, I think, or whatever. So
well, that's good if he can
good.
quit.
I hope he can do that. So, and he also had a drug addiction of Xanax.
Xanax is easy to get hooked on.
So I hope he cleans himself up. I think that'd be a good story arc.
Quite a few people
I always root for people to come out good. So I'm that way, and I hope he can do that because he looked near the bottom, really.
Yeah.
Because Sasha's known people in real life that have been pretty serious alcoholics that have actually died from it.
I've had 2 people I know. I had my boss's wife or girlfriend. They might as well have been married. She died at the age of 38.
Yeah.
She just turned 38. She drank herself to death. And then my friend Rich, I had to stop hanging out with him because he was just so drunk all the time. Like, I'm surprised he lived as long as he did. I think he was 52 when he died, or 50. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was early 50s, but I didn't see him for a long time. And I was just thinking about him one day, and I Google searched him, and his obituary popped up. Yeah. And they didn't say why he died in the obit. They just said he'd had a lifetime of alcohol problems. And he did. I met him in 1998 when I moved to Fayetteville. And everybody knew him, and he kind of latched on to me. I think he liked me because I liked 80s music, and he was a drummer, and he loved to sing, and he loved Michael Jackson, and he loved all the music from the 80s because he was born in 65, and he would just hang out and drink. And it's kind of funny when you're young, like this guy that's over the top, and he'd do the Thriller dance and all this. Yeah. He would have been big on YouTube. You talk about people that were funny. He used to joke that the only person who could play him in the movie of his life was Jim Carrey. Because, when Jim Carrey was all crazy, because that's kind of how this guy acted. But man, he just couldn't go anywhere without drinking. He went into rehab for a couple months, and I watched his cat because we lived in the same apartment complex. I'd go over and feed his cat, and he relapsed after a week. He was drinking again. And I think the only thing would have helped him, he would have had to go somewhere where there's no alcohol, like in the country or something, and he was too close to the liquor store because he couldn't drive. He just walked up to the liquor store, and he always had liquor on him. And I used to work at this taco place, and he'd always offer to fry chips and stuff so he could get enough money. He needed $2.65 to get his rock gut vodka. Oh, he just got $20. $20
from Ranch
Mountains on YouTube.
Oh, you see here. Oh, that is Super Sticker 12. Thank you, Rich Mountains. Rich Mountains is a really cool guy. And thank you, Rich Mountains. And he's gone through some stuff too, so I hope everything's going well for him.
There's another rant too.
Another rant.
I think that's what K-Max said. I don't know.
Row House. Oh yeah, I will do one more. Would a normal white person hear white supremacy 10 billion times and still fall for it? How do they fall for it? What do normal people think about that term white supremacy? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think people are getting tired of it. I've noticed this new guy, this Jordan Neely. I don't think it's getting this sympathetic traction that George Floyd did.
I don't think a lot of people. There's some like hardcore shit libs.
Oh, well, there are no matter what.
Like people you talk to. Well, even on all this, like trying to push all this stuff. I won't say because it's on YouTube. All this stuff that they push on children.
Yeah,
I've talked to kind of normies in my life, and even they like they're not anti these people, but even they're like this is kind of messed up.
Well, yeah,
like even a lot of
pushing sexuality on children, we can say is wrong.
We were talking about McDonald's earlier and how I said I liked it when McDonald's had like Grimace and all the characters, and I said. The reason they got rid of all that stuff was they said that pushed that stuff on kids, you know, because it was making kids fat. And I'm like, well, they don't care about doing all this other shit to children. That's way worse than McDonald's. I'm sorry. That's what's kind of weird about it. Like you're worried about their health as far as eating junk food, but then you're not worried about cutting body parts off them.
Yeah, I think it's gone a long ways from what do you care they do in the privacy of their bedrooms to we need to cut kids' dicks off.
Right.
And I think people are having problems with that.
But you know what I'm talking about? They had to, we got to stop having fries with the Happy Meal because all these kids are fat. They cared about them being fat, but they don't care about pushing all this other horrible stuff that's going to fuck with them forever on them. So,
I know.
There's people in real life. That's why I don't worry about this stuff too much because when I do talk to people, there's a way to talk to people.
Right.
Maybe it depends on where you live. Arkansas is a little better than a lot of states, like even Fayetteville. It's like there are a lot of shit libs, but there's normal people that live there
and
too.
it depends how you define white supremacy, because the ADL would call like Tucker a white supremacist,
right?
Or they call this Mexican a white supremacist. Or
Ben Shapiro, I've heard them call him.
They call him.
They lose their credibility when they.
Yeah, so when normies hear the term white supremacist, I just who did that? I want to get the right name. I know who it was, but what was the name used? Row House. When they think of like the Ku Klux Klan or something.
Right.
They don't think of, it's the groups like the ADL, they have a different definition.
Right.
Basically, if you think white people have a right to live, you're a white supremacist.
Right. So that's how they do it.
And so I don't think that term really works that much with most. I don't know. Most people have a different view of it, and so if you ask them, what do you think about white supremacism? They'd probably say, oh, it's bad, but they have a different definition of it than the people in charge do.
Mm-hmm.
And, so because you ask them, what do you think white people have a right to live? They say, oh, of course. And then you say, well, these groups, they consider you a white supremacist for thinking that.
Yeah.
So it's, I
think people will wake up.
Yeah.
I like to hope so anyway.
Yeah, it's getting pretty ominous, that's for sure. So wow. Well, thank you guys for the late chats and everything. It's always good to get that ring the bell for Sasha. Keep her going. And and thank you, Dave, for this cowbell. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, Dave, thanks.
Yeah, this is great. It's like it's an Arkansas one. It came from Oklahoma, actually, though.
Well, they used a cowbell in some early Motley Crue songs. They had it out, and he'd hit it like with the.
Well, remember, they used to have that phrase "more cowbell" and all that.
Yeah.
And, I like the cowbell, so I can use it to irritate everyone, especially Sasha. So, all right, guys, I think that's it because I got an early day tomorrow. I got my show. And
Paul have to be crashing out in there in like 30 minutes.
Well, I haven't even done prep.
Oh my
so
God.
I get up early to
do prep.
Yeah, Sasha thinks it's a lot easier than it really is. So
I could do it. Paul just works slow. He has to take like coffee breaks and
no, there's a lot to it.
You get fights with people on Twitter, and it's just
yeah.
I could pick up stories for you, I bet.
Yeah, so
I give you stories sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
or at least cute videos to end with. I guess.
K-Max, like on Gumroad, said, "What are you going to be your top stories you're telling tomorrow?" And I go, "I don't know. I haven't done prep yet." So I always get kind of anxious. Well, that'll probably be up there too. And then I got to organize the prep based on what I can do on the YouTube part versus Rumble. Right. So there's some stuff on YouTube I can't really do. I want to go in a rant, and I can't rant very well on YouTube because of the censorship.
World books.
She's after my world book.
I can make buttons and stuff out of the pictures. He doesn't believe me, but I can.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a fun show this week. It really has. And we will see you next week, and I'll see you tomorrow. And Sasha, she snuck out a video last week.
Did I? Oh, the Lego. Yeah, it was just real short. I just thought I should do something because I haven't done anything in months.
Are you planning to do more of those or just no?
Maybe. Well, they sold out of those. Legos are gone. Mm-hmm. Like Walmart had an empty box, and then we went back to Barnes & Noble. Gone. The Lego's gone. So I don't know why they don't make more of those. I'm kind of irritated because I didn't get.
So if you
just bought a case,
if you want to go back to more of the toy theme, just check out Sasha's channel.
Yeah, it's funny. I lost subscribers the day I put that video out. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe they don't like the toy stuff. But
yeah, well, you got to do with what you like.
That's what I like, though. I mean, you do politics. I don't need to do politics.
No, that's why, you know, Sasha's one night a week, and even this night's not heavy.
Some people didn't know I even had a channel. You should just
put it Sasha's Choice Chest.
I had to delete a lot of stuff. Me and Adam used to do a podcast. I deleted a lot of that because, well, he got a strike on like an old video he told me. So it's kind of like that's the thing. You just don't know.
Yeah, it's dangerous to keep old videos out because
we don't do our show anymore because he's like a real early riser kind of guy. Like I think he gets up at like 4 a.m. or something. I go to bed at like 1, 2 a.m. And then we work different schedules, and we were doing it at like 10 a.m. and hardly anyone was watching it. And I was always tired because I didn't have my coffee because I get up like 9. I'm just dragging ass the whole time, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know. If we wanted to fire up a stream at midnight, I'd be all down. Like 8 off work, that would be awesome. I've thought about doing that, but I don't know if anybody'd really want to watch. But if I did it, I'm not probably going to talk about politics. I don't know. Paul's getting bored with me. He wants to stop.
No,
yeah, post my channel. People are asking.
It's Sasha's Choice Toys Chest. So just head on over there, Sasha's Choice Chest, and you'll find it.
Well, maybe you should spell it. You guys know how to spell my name. People spell it wrong all the time.
Is it like this? Toy chest?
No. It's got spaces, but and a apostrophe after the A.
Right here, you mean?
Yeah.
That's good enough. Sasha's Choice Chest. So check her out on YouTube. All right, guys. We will see you. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll be in Night Owls a week from today. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.